There is still no trace of the missing mountaineer duo from Arunachal, Tapimra and his assistant Niku Dao, despite best efforts by the Indian Army personnel and the East Kameng district administration engaged in the search operations. Now, as part of the recce operations conducted on Sunday, the aerial search team was able to identify Camp 1 and Camp 2 tents in which the missing mountaineers might have been sheltering. Now, the team was also able to identify foot tracks leading from Camp 2 to some distance in the northerly direction. However, no sign of any human presence was found. Therefore, the aerial team returned to the Army Air Base due to deteriorating weather. Meanwhile, East Kameng DC is currently stationed at the Army Air Base to coordinate the rescue efforts along with the Indian Army. All right, well, this is the big story from Arunachal that we're tracking this Monday morning. There is still no trace of the missing mountaineer duo from Arunachal, Tapimara and his assistant Niku Dao, despite best efforts by the Indian Army personnel and the East Kameng district administration engaged in the search operations. Well, as part of the recce operations conducted on Sunday, the aerial search team was able to identify Camp 1 and Camp 2 tents in which the missing mountaineers might have been sheltering. The team was also able to identify foot tracks leading from Camp 2 to some distance in the northerly direction. However, no sign of any human presence was found. Now, therefore, the aerial team returned to the Army Air Base due to deteriorating weather. Meanwhile, the East Kameng DC is currently stationed at the Army base to coordinate the rescue efforts along with the Indian Army. And to give us more details on this story, I'm joined by Ripunjoy Das. Ripunjoy, good morning to you. Well, first of all, we have to give credit here to the rescue team for carrying out the search operation tirelessly for days now. And then with the last recce that happened yesterday, we saw some, foot tracks. Can we look at it as in some sign of positivity to, locate the two missing mountaineers?
Yes, Aaron, a very good morning to you and the viewers of Northeast Live. Yes, since right from day one, we have been maintaining that this will be a very, very challenging and hard job for the rescue parties, particularly for the Army and all the rescue teams involved. And now they have been, even since the weather had finally cleared up due to the inclement weather condition, they couldn't carry out. Aerial rescue was cancelled for consecutively for almost 2 weeks' time. But finally, since they are carrying out this recce, they are getting some objects like tent-like objects, footstep marks, and finally, around they have been able to spot a foot track which is leading from the Camp 2. That is what actually we had got information from the porters also who had accompanied him, that Tapimara was trying to create a base camp number 3 from Camp 2. So that way, it can be said that the rescue team have been successful in identifying at least the spots through which he had been roaming around or trying to create some base. Now, Aaron, the job will be for the rescue team, which has been inducted after the helicopter recce yesterday. Now we have this information also that around 1:30 p.m., 8 personnel, 7 from the special forces of the 11 para from the Indian Army and 1 local mountaineer. His name is Taro Hari. His name is Taro Hari.
Right.
He is a civilian mountaineer who is with the team, and they have been successfully inducted at the base camp. Now they will carry out some based upon the aerial recce which has been found. Aaron.
And Ripunjoy Das, it's understood that, the terrain is really difficult there. However, there should be a strategy in place because considering the inclement weather, we're looking at aerial search. What about ground searches? Because that has been stopped for some time. Is the rescue team trying to look at that option again?
There is no talk on the ground search now as of now because yes, the weather had cleared up, but since they have been successful in inducting a team, dropping a team using 3 Cheetah helicopter and 2 advanced light helicopter yesterday itself, I don't think they will be going for the ground search on food-based track, because that is more difficult. The first objective and strategy which we are talking about is that to locate for any kind of human presence in that area, which could not be found out during yesterday's search. So today the weather has once again cleared up, and today they are once again trying to locate looking for some in the nearby area. And let us see what advances they can make in the due course of time.